Hello, everybody. So glad to be here with you again. It's hard to believe it's been a week since we actually had a chance to share thoughts with each other. I appreciate you listening to mine every week. It does help my journey to be able to think out loud with all of you and get your feedback. So, thank you so much for being there for me each and every week. It's been really hectic, but a very happy weekend. And I did not have to hunt for long to get a word using a new letter from the alphabet to add to my PPV list, my personal positive vocabulary. Before we head forward, please have handy your PPV list to add some helpful words. And please take a few moments, either during the time we're talking or afterward, to include the words in the comments below that you chose to add to your list this week. Uh, as is our tradition or our habit, a friend from my childhood came to visit me over the weekend, which is why it was a little bit hectic and a whole lot happy. We have been close since we were pushed around in our strollers by our moms decades ago. Some would call us sisters from different mothers, but the two of us refer to each other as sisters of the heart. The way our history is intertwined gives both of us comfort. We spend a lot of time when we're together outside walking. This week went and we actually planted some vegetables. We both like to cook a meal on the grill, and we love to soak in the hot tub. Uh, and enjoying the heat from the fire in the fire pit late at night. We talk, we listen, we harvest from the experience of a lifetime friendship. As the hours pass, we quietly reflect, sweetly recall, and treasure memories. And we talk about important life lessons that we have learned. It seems the lessons that hold most true for both of us were learned from living, and they have woven themselves into the stories that we recall and share throughout our lives, and often are triggered from some of our favorite songs, movies, books, and even poetry. Um, One example that I'd like to share with you is really short, but for both of us, it has profound meaning. Uh, it's a poem called Autobiographies in Five Short Chapters. Uh, and I came across it years and years ago when I was participating in a workshop on abuse. It's by Portia Nelson, and I think many of you probably have heard it. It's very familiar in many, many places. It's about the stages of psychological change, and it's told with a very, very beautiful simplicity. And this is it. Chapter 1. I walk down the street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I fall in. I am lost. I am hopeless. It isn't my fault. It takes forever to find a way out. Chapter 2. I walk down the same street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I pretend I don't see it. I fall in again. I can't believe I am in this same place, but it isn't my fault. It still takes a long time to get out. Chapter 3. I walk down the same street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I see it there. I still fall in. It's a habit. But my eyes are open and I know where I am. It is my fault. I get out immediately. Chapter 4. I walk down the street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I walk around it. Chapter 5. I walk down another street. Makes you think, doesn't it? This led me to consider why I keep persisting in doing the same thing over and over again. If I repeat something enough times, it becomes virtually automatic and requires little conscious thought at all. How long did it take for the action to become a habit? Many of my habits started in childhood and carried through to adulthood. Things like brushing my teeth, washing my hands, taking a bath, changing into clean clothes require no real thought. Those are on autopilot as a part of the day, and they help me move through it. Freeing up brain space for learning new things and for problems solving really do serve a critical purpose. Yet, I wonder, why do I tenaciously hold a habit tightly when I clearly see it is harmful? I think sometimes I resist letting go of it for the sake of convenience. One less thing to focus on, to think about. Little things like on which wrist do I wear my watch, the location of my kitchen trash can, my wake up and shut down routines. Could they be changed? Of course they could be, but it would require focus and retraining because such things are embedded in my very way of being. Is it worth the energy it would take to change those habits? Changing a habit requires awareness, choice, effort, and energy. It can disrupt the harmony of life. It is up to me to decide if and when to choose another street. I have to make up my mind to go in a different direction or constantly be in danger of falling into another habit hole. What new habits could I consider that might be truly helpful in leading my best life? Hesitation to change often happens when hurrying through a full life where time is scarce. Very often, after a habit review, I tend to make a list of all the things I can change to help me live my healthiest, happiest life and set a date to begin. That never seems to work well for me. And also for those who seem to enjoy making New Year's resolutions. Most are done within 3 weeks of beginning them. I believe one reason why may be that it is just too much. I become overwhelmed by the energy demand of change and of sustaining one new habit to develop it into a habituated behavior. My brain actually becomes exhausted trying to juggle so many new ways of being. I have learned through the years I'm better off to hone on a single target. Pick one, work on it, and establish it. Then select another one. Go carefully through the uncharted territory called change. It can be a scary place. Replacing something that is not working well with something that actually produces more desirable outcomes is worth my time and effort. Maybe I should heed the advice of the doctor in the old TV series MASH, who was called Winchester, who said to Hawkeye, I do one thing at a time, I do it very well, and then I move on. Maybe that's what I need to focus on instead of trying to do a massive overhaul of everything. When engaged in choosing a change, I now ask myself how I feel about the change. Am I embracing it with a positive attitude? Do I see it as something which will make me happy? What is my honest assessment of the change I'm contemplating? Do I resent making this change or do I welcome it? For managing a healthy weight, what habits help me most? How often should I weigh? Every 5 minutes, morning and night, once a day, morning or night, once a week, never. How closely should I monitor food and fluid intake? Do I need to get out the calipers and the scale and the measuring devices, cups, spoons, etc.? Do I need a plate that's marked out in portions to help me stay within the proper limits? Uh, how much sleep should I get to feel rested? Uh, how much activity should I attempt? You know, if am I couch potato, am I going to start out trying to run a fake 5K? Um, what is realistic to do and where should I begin? Do I do all of them at once or do I pick one to focus on? Which attitudes and behaviors best facilitate less stress in my journey? I find it very stressful to try to implement a whole bunch of changes all at the same time. Does changing any one of these benefit my health or increase my feelings of happiness? If the answer is no, then why am I aggravating myself by even attempting to change it? Change just for the sake of change can be really irritating. Um, I had a habit of weighing myself every morning for many years, which I actually took a lot of time reviewing just a few years ago. My conclusion was that this was a habit that actually might need to be eliminated. As I thought about it, I realized that it was not a measure of accountability anymore. It had become the measure. Daily, other I focused on other actions um, that I wanted to become habits based on the direction of that number, not anything else. That number was the driver for what I was going to attempt to do that day. Uh, I see a lot of my friends struggle with this as well. If the number's up in the morning, then they almost eat nothing during the day. That's unrealistic. That's unhealthy. That's counterproductive. That's not living my best life in any way, shape, or form. And conversely, if the number is down, uh, then I think, oh, well, it's working. I can eat a little more of the things that I really, really like because it didn't show on the scale. I got away with it. No, unhelpful. Intellectually, I know that this is only one in an arsenal of many tools, and it was not having the desired impact. It was not helping me build more sustainable habits that would make my healthy, happy journey uh, much more smooth and much more easy. I would focus on developing reasons based on that number for actions that I was taking that were truly problematic and truly counterproductive. I had lost focus on developing a sensitivity to the sensation of hunger as opposed to appetite and what I might need to feed that. Uh, Appetite is quite different from hunger. It tends to be much more emotion and situationally driven. Hunger is an actual physical need state where your body is signaling, hey, I've used all the fuel you gave me. Could you send my way a little bit more? Uh, I really need some energy here. Uh, I think what have been learning to do is that I need whatever I decide to do to stay the course and handle whatever the temptations are that are getting in my way, and to actually be able to recognize what these temptations are. Hope for lasting change can be realized and established when we build healthy habits. And that leads me to living my happiest life as a probability, not as a daydream. And that's what I want. I want to uh, assure myself that I'm on the right course and that I stay the course. And I'm not focusing on building things that in the long run will not be beneficial to my life journey. So I choose habits for my personal positive vocabulary list today and building the most helpful ones I can, one at a time, patiently and slowly. I wish you will keep holding yourself accountable each day as you continue living your healthiest, happiest life. Please take a moment, if you would please, to record the words on your PPV list and also share your words with all of us in the comments below. Thanks so much and have a great day. I will talk to you later.